My husband left me for my best friend. Yeah, you heard that right. This is not just some story, this is my life. And trust me, you're going to want to hear how this all played out. Because this isn't just heartbreak. This is betrayal. This is a family drama you can't look away from. And by the end, you'll see how karma came for them both in ways they never saw coming. When I tell you this hurt, I mean it. This wasn't just a breakup. This was my entire world falling apart overnight. My best friend, the person I trusted with my secrets, and my husband, the man I built a life with, thought they could destroy me and walk away laughing. But life has a funny way of evening the score. What they didn't know was that they had just written their own ending. I'm not going to lie, at first I felt broken. I cried, I screamed, I couldn't eat. You ever had betrayal hit so hard that it knocks the air right out of you? That was me. The kind of pain that keeps you awake at night. The kind of pain that makes you question everyone around you. But here's the thing, I didn't stay there. I refused to let them win. And that's when things started to get interesting. This is where my revenge story really begins. Not the kind you see in movies with dramatic fights or shouting matches. No. My revenge came quietly. Slowly. The kind that makes the universe step in and say, "Don't worry. I got this." You see, karma doesn't miss. It might take its time, but when it hits hard. And when it came from my husband and my so-called best friend, it was like watching a live episode of justice served right in front of me. I didn't even have to lift a finger. So buckle up. This is more than a breakup story. This is a life-changing story. A story about losing everything, and then gaining it all back, better than before. A story that will remind you that sometimes the best revenge is not revenge at all. It's letting karma do what karma does best. I promise you, the ending will make you smile. It will make you believe that life has a way of giving people exactly what they deserve. So stay with me until the very end. Because when I say instant karma showed up for them both, I mean it. And you do not want to miss how it happened. We were married for almost 5 years, and for the most part, I thought we were happy. We had our little routines, Sunday mornings with coffee, late night drives just to talk about life, laughing at the dumbest jokes. He used to hold my hand in the kitchen while I cooked, and sometimes he'd spin me around just to make me smile. To me, that was love. That was home. And of course, my best friend was always there too. She wasn't just a friend, she was like family. She came to birthdays, holidays, random Friday nights when we'd order takeout and watch movies. She knew everything about me, about us. I trusted her completely. Looking back now, maybe a little too much. At first, I didn't think anything of it. If anything, I thought it was sweet that they got along so well. I thought, wow, I really am lucky, my best friend and my husband are friends too. They'd joke around, sometimes team up to tease me, and I would just laugh. It felt harmless. But slowly, little things started to feel off. She started showing up even when I didn't invite her. Sometimes she'd text him about plans before she texted me. And when I'd walk into a room, they'd both go quiet for a second before smiling at me like nothing happened. At the time, I brushed it off. I told myself I was just overthinking. Now, telling you this, I can see those were the first cracks. The warning signs I ignored because I wanted to believe the best in both of them. I wanted to believe my marriage was solid, that my best friend would never cross that line. It's strange how clear everything looks once the damage is done. Those moments weren't just small coincidences. They were the start of something bigger. Something that would soon explode and change my entire life. And trust me, when I finally saw what was happening, the heartbreak was unreal. But here's the thing, this isn't just a sad story. This is where my revenge story truly takes shape. Because the way instant karma showed up for them both? Oh, you'll see. Justice served never looked this satisfying. The day I found out still plays in my head like a movie I can't turn off. It was a Tuesday, nothing special. I came home early from work, thinking I'd surprise him with his favorite dinner. But I was the one who got the surprise. His phone was on the kitchen counter, buzzing non-stop. Normally, I never checked his phone, I trusted him. But that day, something in my gut told me to look. And there it was. Messages from her. Not friendly messages. The kind you send when you think no one's watching. I felt my heart drop to the floor. My best friend. My husband. The two people I loved most were laughing behind my back, meeting up when I thought he was working late. My hands were shaking so badly I almost dropped the phone. I didn't scream. I didn't call him. I just stood there, staring at the words on that screen until they blurred through my tears. That was the moment I felt my marriage shatter. It's a pain I wouldn't wish on anyone. The kind of pain that makes you want to crawl out of your own skin. When he came home, I didn't explode like you see in movies. I just handed him the phone. He went pale. He didn't deny it. Didn't even try to lie. That hurt even more, like he wasn't even sorry. Like he had already chosen her. My so-called best friend? She didn't even have the guts to face me. She sent me one short text that said, "You deserve better." Better? She took what I had, and she dared to say that. I wanted to scream, to burn every memory, but instead I stayed quiet. Because this was the moment I decided I would not let them break me. I wouldn't give them the satisfaction of seeing me fall apart. No begging. No shouting. Just silence. Sometimes the quietest reaction is the loudest. And that's when something inside me shifted. This wasn't just heartbreak anymore. This was a turning point. I could feel it, the universe was about to step in. I kept telling myself, justice served is coming. I started focusing on myself. Eating better, working out, picking up hobbies I had dropped years ago. Every day I got a little stronger, a little calmer. And the calmer I got, the more I started to see cracks in their perfect little world. This is where the revenge story really begins. Because instant karma? Oh, it was on its way. And the way it unfolded, you'll see why I call this one of the most satisfying life lessons I've ever lived through. After that day, I stepped back. I didn't chase them. I didn't try to get him back or beg her to explain. I let them have each other. If they thought they won, fine. Let them celebrate. And they did. They flaunted their new little relationship everywhere. Posting pictures together, smiling like they'd just discovered true love. People whispered. Some even sent me screenshots to make sure I saw them. At first, it hurt like hell. Every picture felt like a punch in the stomach. But here's where the shift happened. Instead of letting it destroy me, I used it as fuel. I started pouring all my time and energy into me. I got back in shape, I went out with new friends, I started building a life I actually loved. And here's the wild part, the calmer I got, the more obvious their problems became. People started telling me they were fighting in public. Little arguments turning into big blow-ups. Rumors spread that money was becoming an issue. That shiny new romance was starting to crack. I just watched. Quietly. Patiently. Like the universe had front row seats to this drama. I didn't need to plot revenge, karma was doing the work for me. You know that saying, the best revenge story is living well? It's true. Every day I got stronger, they seemed to fall apart a little more. And I knew it was only a matter of time before the real instant karma hit them both in a way no one could ignore. This wasn't just a breakup anymore. This was justice served, slow and sweet. And trust me, the way it finally came crashing down on them? You're not ready for what happened next. Then it happened. The moment I had been waiting for without even realizing it. Their perfect little love story came crashing down, and the best part? I didn't have to lift a finger. It started with whispers. People told me they were fighting all the time. Then came the social media drama, cryptic posts, deleted pictures, unfollowing each other. It was like watching a slow-motion car crash. Painful, but you couldn't look away. And then the big one hit. She found out he was cheating on her too, with someone else from his work. The girl he left me for was now the one being betrayed. Talk about instant karma. She showed up at his job, screaming in the parking lot. People filmed it. Yes, filmed it. I got sent the video by 3 different people. There they were, both of them, yelling at each other while half the town watched. All that fake happiness gone in one explosive moment. And if that wasn't enough, I later heard he lost his job because of the scene she caused. Apparently his boss didn't like drama spilling into the workplace. Suddenly, their dream life turned into a nightmare. I won't lie, it felt good. After all that pain, after all those tears, seeing karma step in like that was the most satisfying thing I've ever witnessed. This was the moment I said to myself, this is where the justice served moment happened. They hurt me, betrayed me, broke my trust, and life gave them exactly what they deserved. But it doesn't end there. Because while they were falling apart, I was just getting started on building something even better. And what came next? That was the real lesson learned. While their world was falling apart, mine was finally coming together. I didn't even realize how much I had changed until one day, I looked in the mirror and saw someone new. Stronger. Calmer. Happier. The heartbreak that once felt like it would kill me had turned into my fuel. I got a promotion at work that I had been chasing for years. The kind of promotion that came with a raise, a nicer office, and a whole new level of confidence. I started going out again, meeting new people, laughing in a way I hadn't in months. Friends kept telling me I looked different, lighter, almost glowing. And maybe this is the best part, I learned to love myself again. I wasn't sitting at home stalking their profiles or plotting some big revenge story. No, I was living. Really living. I traveled, I made new memories, I even met someone new. Someone who treats me with the respect and kindness I always deserved. Meanwhile, they were busy cleaning up the mess they made for themselves. Every time someone mentioned their drama, I just smiled. I didn't need to say a word. Instant karma had already spoken louder than I ever could. This was the lesson learned, you don't have to chase revenge. Karma has its own timing, and when it finally hits, it hits perfectly. All I had to do was step back and let life do what it does best. And let me tell you, there's nothing more satisfying than watching justice served while you're thriving. I went from being the one who was betrayed to the one who came out stronger, happier, and completely unbothered. But I'm not done yet, because the final piece of this story is the part that will really leave you speechless. Looking back now, I can't believe how far I've come. The woman who once stood in her kitchen holding that phone, feeling like her whole world just ended, is gone. I'm someone new now. Stronger. Smarter. Free. And here's what I want you to hear, I never had to destroy them. I never had to shout, scheme, or fight to prove my worth. Life handled it for me. That's the beauty of karma. When you trust the process, when you refuse to lower yourself to their level, justice served always comes right on time. Seeing them fall apart wasn't just satisfying, it was proof that the universe keeps score. What you put out, you get back. They put out betrayal, lies, and selfishness, and that's exactly what came crashing back into their lives. But my story isn't about them anymore. It's about me. About how I learned that sometimes the best revenge story is simply becoming the happiest, strongest version of yourself. That is the ultimate lesson learned. So if you're watching this and you've been betrayed, cheated on, lied to, let me be the proof that you don't have to break. You don't have to chase revenge. The best thing you can do is focus on you, heal, and let instant karma handle the rest. Because one day, just like me, you'll look back and realize you didn't just survive, you won. Quietly. Powerfully. And trust me, nothing feels better than winning like that. So, what do you think? Was this the ultimate karma moment or what? Drop your thoughts in the comments, share your own story if you've ever seen karma catch up to someone, and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one.